One moment. Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? So, yeah, let's chat a little bit today about some OTK Viserai. We got some new cards, so let's see if we can investigate just a little bit here. Alrighty. Yeah, so let me know. Let me know if you can see me all right, and if there's any issues with the audio or anything like that. I'll be checking on it. So, yeah, we'll try and get everything fixed for you. Anyways, yeah, sorry, it's been about a week and a half or two since the last time I was on here, but had to get through some sickness in the family here. Everything's cool now, but we're back at it. The main thing. All right. Yeah, let's pop this up on screen. All right, guys. So yeah, Sonata Fantasmia is the whole reason that this topic kind of got brought up again. But OTK Viserai is it a possibility again? So I guess I'll read through this card real quick, but it's a Viserai specialization. So, of course, only Viserai can use it. Viserai is the only Runeblade hero that can probably amass enough rune chance to do something like a one-turn kill combo. And yeah, just the text of this card. So the cost is XX. It's a blue 3-block. The text is create X runechant tokens. So if you wanted to create one, you would have to pay 1 twice, X plus X. And then the text is, if X is 6 or greater, target hero discards 3 random cards. So, you know, if you think about this a little bit, like this power seems pretty well powerful. Having your opponent discard 3 cards at random, they can't even choose which one they want to keep. That's pretty strong. But then if you look at the cost of that, in order to pay to create 6 rune chance, you got to pay 12. So that's 3. Sorry, that's a full hand of blues. That's 4 blues with Sonata Fantasmia in Arsenal. That's probably going to be the standard way of trying to play it. I guess you could potentially like set up a bunch of energy potions or something like that, and then try and combo that way. But having the energy potions in the deck is no blocks are not good if you're trying to play a prolonged game. So let's see here. Yeah, so what this means is if you are trying to keep a 4-card hand, you are basically going to have to take a whole turn of damage. And then, you know, also it's going to have to line up where you have four blues in hand. So that means you're going to have to play a lot of blue cards. And that means that, as you know, in Flesh and Blood, you know, red cards are your power cards, blue cards are your resource cards. So, you know, it's a pretty big trade-off, like playing a bunch of blues in your deck, because there's the potential that you're not going to have enough power to punch through your enemy and defeat your opponent. So what this likely means is that you're gonna have to play like a two deck cycle game. So you're gonna have to cycle through your whole deck and get rid of most of the reds. you're gonna have to keep a couple that are gonna be your pop off turn, which, you know, the obvious candidates are probably Ninth Blade. Ninth Blade, the birthday cake, the Rune Blade birthday cake is gonna be the most damage output, physical damage that gets the rune chant reduction. Perhaps Arcanite Ascendancy. Amplify the Arcanite is like budget Ninth Blade, 6 attack that has the rune chant reduction. So I'm gonna go into constructing a deck here in just 1 minute, but these are gonna be some hurdles, I think, because in a more aggressive meta, you're usually not going to see the second cycle at all, even if you're blocking with everything. There's a lot of chip damage that can kind of get through and ruin your game plan along the way. So I'm gonna try and let me kind of look back. Sorry, I got a couple slides here, just 3 total. So. And let me switch. Let me switch the overlay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh, not like that. Okay, cool. And just 1 moment. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, so one turn kill is not a new thing in Viserai, so it's been around for a long time. So you kind of got to think when has it worked in a meta and when has it not worked in a meta? I mean, obviously everybody knows the Bloodshea Skeleton, but I'm not sure how many of you guys have actually kind of lived and played through it. So I was a Viserai player back basically from the end of Crucible of War, before Monarch came out, and the Bloodshea Skeleton was a must-have card because the ability was just so cool. It's you destroy it, both your next attack action card and your non-attack action card get discounted by the number of rune chants you have, basically. So this card was pretty fair for a while while it existed, I guess. What really broke it was kind of the Sonata Arcanics interaction, where you could stack a ton of rune chants. You pop this, it reduces the cost of Sonata Arcanics, so you get to reveal a ton of cards. Sometimes 12, sometimes as many as it was potentially 14, 15 cards. And you stacked 6 cards in your hand, and you sent 6 arcane, a packet of 6 arcane, basically like a Kano move or something at your opponents. No, go back. Okay, there we go. Then you still had all those rune chants, which typically it's 20 to 24 rune chants, and then you get some attacks that have go again, and you just send them one after another. It's pretty devastating, and that's kind of how you achieved the one turn kill. I think there's one game in my memory that was just the pinnacle example of this game plan executed just to perfection, and that was the Australian Nationals. I think 2 years ago, I want to say. It was Hayden Dale versus an Oldhim, and the Oldhim decided he was gonna try and just wait, not attack, just gain life, and try and arsenal an unmovable or something something extremely defensive in nature. And then Hayden Dale proceeds to try and work through his hand. He's like pitching into the Grasp of the Arknight, generating rune chants, trying to get through his deck to the rune chant generating cards like Read the Runes. I'm not sure if he played Runeblade Barrier. That's a pretty I hate that card a lot. Also from Crucible 4, makes 4 rune chants. But if your opponent chips any damage, it kind of takes your rune chants away. Anyhow, he stacks up these rune chants the entire game, finally pops off, and ultimately the Oldhim was on probably like, I can't remember if it was like 46 life or something like that. Maybe it was closer to 50, but Hayden Dale just basically pounded through almost all of it, and then you had enough damage that's just uneven damage between physical and arcane to finish off the game. So we say like OTK one turn kill, but often it was like we're gonna send a giant one giant attack, and then they're gonna be so low at life that you can basically take any attacks from your opponent and just finish off with like damage is hard to deal with, like Rosetta Thorn, packets of 2 and 2, just coming in for Mauve Skies with breakpoints, and eventually you just get the game, you get the job done if you hadn't already. Anyways, obviously, like, this got abused in Blitz whenever it was, I think it was a Calling Utrecht, perhaps, where Yuanji Lee basically won the Calling off the back of Viserai with the Skeleton and the combo. And quite frankly, everybody was playing it. It was kind of just like mirror matches and, who can get the combo quick enough. So, it was kind of interesting. It was interesting to watch. The games went quick. But ultimately, that meant like my favorite hero, Viserai, got living legended in Blitz like far too quickly. And so, I haven't been on Blitz basically since that time. So, like, since then, also a lot of cards have come out that have helped you generate rune chants, like Runeblade Incantation. I think that might have been around back then as well, but Runeblade Incantation, which is like 3 rune chants over 3 turns. Now you got Blessing of the Occult, which is 3 rune chants generated at the beginning of your next turn. Which basically is like a delayed Read the Runes. So you got like a lot of rune chant generation cards, like more of them. So you should, in theory, be able to build up a combo quicker. The question is, like, you actually have to build up more because you don't have the Skeleton Arcanix combo to get more cards in your hand and just overwhelm with multiple attacks. You basically just have to do it in 1 or 2 attacks in one turn, and it takes much longer. And the problem with that is that basically it gives this is a picture of Dromai here. It gives Dromai the opportunity to build a huge board state. In other aggressive decks, they will just race you down before you can get enough rune chance to do what your deck's trying to do. Believe me, I've tried OTK Viserai builds like many times, and not just like 1 turn kill, but actually my favorite builds were more of like you turtle up, you try and deal a bunch of damage, you kind of turtle up, build like a medium amount of rune chance, and then you just come in with some chonky attacks, maybe with some pummels. I know the pummels in Viserai have kind of been thrown around a lot recently as a solution to Warmonger's Diplomacy. Personally, I don't think it's a solution to that, but they are a lot of fun to play, but it's really not the most competitive. And the reactions, the pummels also introduce another problem to your deck, which is consistency, because Runeblades, by design, you're supposed to play like 50% attack actions, 50% non-attacks. A lot of the cards are like, have you played a non-attack action and an attack action? But so if you're throwing in reactions, and this goes for both attack reactions and defense reactions, like the more defense reactions you play, the more, dead hands you're gonna draw into. Where instead of having a non-attack and an attack and whatever your resource card is, maybe you have like a few attacks and a reaction, or a few, heaven forbid, a few non-attacks and a reaction. So normally in a mid-range or aggressive build of Viserai, this is like a death sentence, having too many reactions and screwing up your ratios. Yeah, so basically, there's been a few times where, especially, the last time I really examined it was when the card Looming Doom came out, because that's such a cool card with such good flavor. It's like it lets you basically multiply the damage of your rune chance by 2, just over the course of a longer period of time. So I really wanted to get that card to work, and I figured that maybe if you had it out there, it's presenting some chip damage while you're continuing to build up rune chance, so you can kind of start decreasing your opponent's life to a threshold where your OTK can get it done. So it's a really fascinating card. And so, anyways, when that card came out, I did a lot of testing, and it was like right after Dromai. Dromai had come out. I'm not sure if my history is quite right there. Looming Doom was in Dynasty. Yeah, so I think Dromai was around. But basically, if you run into a Dromai, she's just going to, basically, if you're not attacking and clearing dragons, she can just sit there and cast all the invocations, and stack up a board of dragons. She doesn't even have to attack with them. You can just stack them up. And then Viserai doesn't have a good way of dealing with all that damage, because it just stacks to a point where you can't defend in one turn. So, all right, I'll just go through the other problems. Basically, any aggro deck that goes fast, that's not going to let you build up enough rune chance to do what you want to do. If you're having to prevent damage every turn, you're not able to play your Read the Runes, your Blessings, etc. So you're just never going to get to the threshold to where you can actually trigger the rune chance and get through their blocks and then be able to finish the game. Yeah, so the last one is Kano, which Kano can create some combos like pretty quickly. The Blazing Aether, Aether Wildfire, Lesson in Lava combo. With sometimes Kano can set that up in like 3 or 4 turns. And if you are spending more time than that trying to build enough rune chance just to send a big attack at him, you're gonna give him like 2 to 3 times that amount of time to set up their combo. And this is a problem that like Guardians face too, is that if you talk to a good Kano, they'll tell you, they're like, Bravo, Oldhim, the Guardians, they're not really my problems. I'm much more scared of an aggressive deck that can just burn me down in a couple turns, and then I just don't find my combo pieces, and then basically you don't have a chance, right? So if you're trying an OTK build, you're really extending the game considerably, and basically giving Kano the time to pitch stack some impressive combos. So if they see you kind of faltering, then yeah, they might just like really burn you really quickly. And the other thing is like Kano works off like windows, right? Creating windows. It's like present like a chunk. Maybe they present like a chunk of 5 damage, 4 or 5 damage on their turn, and you have to expend a few cards to prevent that. And then it comes over to your turn. You want to play like a Read the Runes or something. They still got 4 cards in hand. Maybe you still all you have left is like one red card or something like that. And so they can really abuse the windows in a longer game. So I found these to be like the three problems. These two abuse like the longer game to set up their board state and then their combos, and then Fi basically just I'll say Fi Alexi, an aggressive build of Viserai just runs over OTK Viserai. And even like Bolton, who has a very aggressive game plan, I found it just kind of runs over OTK builds of Viserai. Yeah, so then LSS presents us with the Sonata Fantasmia, and first of all, the artwork is freaking brilliant. This is beautiful, man. He's in the vast beyond or whatnot, and he's orchestrating some music apparently. Yeah, so I mean, blue 3 blocks are always good. No go again is not great, as we've seen with Looming Doom. But this is also requesting you to use all the cards in your hand anyways. So it's worth at least like taking a look at, right? So okay, let's go ahead and like build a deck here. So let me pull one up. I should say I have not built the deck yet. We're going to do that together here. So actually, just let me one moment. All right, cool. Cool. This is my personal account though. Cook Sensei. So let me see. Yeah, let me just one moment. See all my assets here. Well, that's all right. We will. Oh, you see my Patreon's on there too. Cool. I think. No? Okay. Anyways, yeah, let's create a new deck. Let's try it out here. All right. Here we go. We'll call it Sonata Vis. All right, cool. I'm gonna burn through some of this pretty quickly, but we're gonna throw in some standard equipment. Spellbound Creepers is always good, even if it's just like a 1 block. It's like a way better. Actually, there's multiple purposes for this. You can really use this defensively in an OTK build to play a Mordred Tide, and then to reduce the rune chance, and then just stack a ton of rune chance that way. It's pretty good. Vexing in the sideboard, that may end up going in the main board. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw in some things quickly here, and then we'll talk about them for a minute. No. Rune generators. Okay, hold on a second. Can we play Scepter of Pain? Pay 2, deal 1 arcane. If they don't block it, you get a rune chant. Let's put it in the sideboard. We'll think about that for later. Rosetta's gonna be gone. Rosetta is gone. So we're gonna have that brings up a good question. It's like what weapon are we gonna play here? I know the recent attempts by people to make an OTK build, the Dread Scythe, was the way to go. Pay 3. It's basically 3-in-1 for a blue. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. We don't really want to be sending it with Reaping Blade, even though it's just 1. We want to be expending our blues, so maybe this Dread Scythe is the way to go. Let's do it. I don't think we need the resources from Ironweave for a combo. I do think we want Crown of Dichotomy to perhaps grab cards out of our graveyard to play, to put on top of the deck. This could be instrumental in getting this Sonata to work. So I'm going to throw this in the sideboard. One moment. Okay. If you guys are out there watching, thanks for joining in here on this journey. I'm gonna throw Arcanine Ascendancy in there just because I love it. It might come out, but I might throw it in there and then maybe we just block with it for starters. Okay. Are we gonna put in my favorite piece of equipment? I think we are. Arcanine Skullcap, just because I have a cold foil one. Just really want to play it every chance that I get. So I think Tunic actually may be the key chess piece for this deck, because lots of times this one resource can go to pay for a Blessing of the Occult or a Runeblade incantation. So while I'm thinking of those cards, let me just... Incantations going in. Honestly, we're probably going to play the yellow ones too, just because we need more ways to generate rune chance. Revel in Runeblood is awesome, but it blocks for 2, which is going to be bad for this deck. And then it's only going to be good here. It's only going to be playable for like a few turns towards the end of the game. So I'm going to start with this out, and then I'm going to maybe put it back in later if we play a couple games and then we find that we need to have at least an aggressive sideboard plan. So Runeblood Barrier, like I said before, I hate this card. I actually hate this card because it costs a blue and it's a 2-block. And you make 4 rune chance, but if your opponent does any chip damage, it's taking away from your rune chance. And sometimes it's difficult to block everything. Sometimes you have to block with armor just to protect your rune chance. Because like ultimately, if they can chip any damage and take rune chance away, that's like actively opposing your game plan of building enough, storing up enough to throw at them at once. So, man, I've tried it in multiple decks. People are always like, Runeblood Barrier, I love that card. Hey, look, the art is cool. Viserai is in it. Usually that means you should play the card, but apparently not for Viserai, because he's in Arcanine Ascendancy too, and you never see that in any decks. So, I just can't do it. At least I can't start off with that, so... Let's put in Read the Runes. That's the key card, obviously. So yeah, we're going to do a lot of non-attacks here. Actually, we're going to go ahead and throw our defense reactions in. They're reduced to rune chants. These are like pretty much amazing value because if you have rune chants out, it gets the rune chant reduction. So it's going to cost 0 and it's actually going to make you a rune chant. So that's like 5 for 0 value. It's not quite flick flag value, but for rune blades, it's pretty damn good. So, problem is like for basically years, Viserai has been playing so aggressively that you don't end a lot of your turns with rune chants. So you haven't, honestly, you don't see it that much. Usually it's replaced with Sync Belows, which will also play it. Don't get me wrong. That card's great. So yeah, let's throw 3 reds in the deck. And then for Vincent, recently I've been playing I tried out yellows and they didn't feel bad either. Yeah, we'll throw them in. We might take them out if we need space. We are going to need a lot of blues. We'll get there. Mordred Tide is going to multiply the amount of rune chants that we make in a turn. It's great. Man, dude, these cards are just the bomb. I hope they keep printing new Sonatas for Viserai, and that he doesn't Living Legend quick enough for us to just enjoy like an entire orchestra of Runeblade wizardry, as I call it. So yeah, we gotta throw these in, obviously. I like Arcanix too as a non-attack that you can potentially deal a bit of damage with, and not pop your rune chants. If you play with Mordred Tide, it's going to make you 2 rune chants if you're playing it second. So really, I don't hate it. We'll put 3 in, and then we'll check our block count and our ratios and everything. Okay, a lot of people were using the book before. I haven't messed around with it. I like having a weapon. Because it would really suck if... Yeah, I don't know. It could be okay. I used to play Reaping Blade because you could attack off Tunic with it. If you were really desperate and had to block out, at least you could trigger all your rune chants and then bait them into blocking stuff and give you a little space to breathe. We're not going to mess with this card right now. Because you actually have to pitch 2 cards into it, an attack action and a non-attack action to create a rune chant. Man, you got to keep 2 cards in hands. That means that, like, God, I mean, with if you can only block with 2 cards, Alexi is just gonna wipe your face on the floor, man. So that's got to be a no-go, man. I'm not sure what the use case is for this weapon, but not today. Tiara actually is not bad for the Kano matchup, but you have to make sure to pop it at the right time. And okay, let's just put it in the sideboard for now. If you pop it at the wrong time during the combo, then it's not good at all. And then if you attack and then they try to combo you on that turn, they can take all the rune chants down until most of them are expended, till they're at 1 life, and then combo at that, because they can respond to every single rune chant triggering. So honestly, I think Diabolic Ultimatum is going to be a sideboard card that is necessary for Icelander, because Icelander's combo will get you with the Frost Hexes if you give them enough time. So yeah, that's a no-go. Cards I love Rattlebones. 3 of these going in the deck. Because if you have to block with your 9th blade early and you need something to trigger your combo with, you can just pitch into Rattlebones, get it back, and then play it and trigger the Rune Chants. So, okay. Yeah, we'll consider that for now. Do we play Sigil? Okay, sorry. Runic Reclamation also, I believe this card is going to be necessary. We're going to want to play some poppers for the Dromai matchup, just in case we can bait them into attacking with dragons and then keep popping them. So let's go ahead and throw the 9th blade in. Come on. Here we go. Alright, back to Runeblade card. No, back to Runeblade cards. February is great, by the way. I'm not sure if you guys use it or not. I used FabDB for the longest time, and then I started using February just because they like put everything together for the new sets like super quick, so you can kind of play with the cards before they come out. It's pretty good. I'm sure FabDB does it now too, but February has definitely been fantastic. Runic Reckoning, why not put a little, +3 buff on your attack? I mean, if you're playing like turtle-ish builds, I actually do love this card with Arcanine Ascendancy, because you're going to be sending like an 8 with Dominate that will create more Rune Chants on the back end, so that's pretty good. But oh yeah, we're already at 45 cards and we got only 3 blues. No, we're gonna have to cut a bunch of these cards already, so let's not mess with that. I'm gonna take the Sigil of Suffering out as well. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to go into the blues like ASAP here. Okay, let's put in the cards that never become the Arcanite. Blue, block 3, lets you fix your hand. Will let you discard attacks to find non-attacks. So this is usually how you find your read the runes and cards you want to make Rune Chants with. Now the problem with Become the Arcanite is also you're gonna shuffle your deck if you play it out. So that needs to be taken into consideration if you're really trying to pitch stack for the Sonata. Arcanite Shard, I do love it. I do love it a lot. Makes a Rune Chant, but it's also a no block, and then sometimes you don't have anything. You can get stuck with the Arcanite Shard in your hand, and you just have nothing to pay for. So at best, it's a sideboard card in this deck. I mean, against like Arcane, against Runeblades and Wizards, Arcanite Shard is freaking amazing. You can always pitch it and make a Rune Chant, but otherwise you need like an incantation that's going to cost something, and then the Arcanite Shard, so you're going to have to use this to pay into the incantation. Or for like Blessing of the Occult, cost 1, so you can pitch the Arcanite Shard to pay for the Blessing. That's going to result in 4 Rune Chants for you, unless it's like a really early turn where you can just pitch in a Grasp and make 2. That's always great. But what I'm trying to say here is it's 2 cards for 4 Rune Chants in this case. 2 cards for 4 Rune Chants in this case. Maybe you can use it to activate your Spellbound Creepers if you were desperate, even if you didn't have anything to play. So it is a blue. We need blues. I'm going to throw it in the sideboard now. Maybe can move it later. All right, let's consider the other blues. Dread Triptych, if you get a Mordred Tide, into a Dread Triptych like turn 0 or turn 1 if you choose to go second. Which I think I would always... yeah, I'm not sure if you want to go first or second in this deck, honestly. But if you can morgue your Tide into Dread Triptych and your opponent's not playing AB, for example, or they just take it, dude, this thing makes so many rune chants. So it is a blue block 3 also, so we're going to throw it in. It could be good, become the Arcanite fodder as well if you need to discard an attack action. Because the other attack actions in the deck are kind of like, these are your triggers. Like, these are your triggers for your rune chants. Basically, you should just call them triggers. Okay. One sec. Okay. Looming Doom. As I said before, I love this card. I've tried it in basically all my Viserai decks. Sometimes I just play one because it's a blue 3 block. If you want a short reason why this card can be good is that if it's the end of the game and you're trying to find a way to chip 2 damage, like 1 packet of 2 damage, because your opponent oftentimes against you is just going to run AB1. So basically, yeah, you can like make 1 rune chant 1 turn. Like sometimes you get in that cycle where you're just like, okay, play 2 cards, defend with 2 cards, etc. If you can manage to get a rune chant off of something like a reduced to rune chant on your defensive turn, and then you can keep 1 blue and the Looming Doom, you can pitch the blue for the Looming Doom. It'll turn the 1 rune chant into a counter on Looming Doom, and then at the end of the turn, it'll send a packet of 2 damage at your opponent. So they, like I said, usually they run like AB1, so you're going to chip that last piece of damage through. It's like, I like these ways of dealing like 1 arcane damage at the end of the game, because the aggro decks, they also usually, well, historically with like Bullseye Bracers, etc., and like Tide Flippers, etc., the aggressive decks, some of them don't even run AB, but if they do, sometimes they break their equipment that has AB, and then yeah, you're just looking for like a defensive way to deal 1 arcane, or you're just trying to chip like 1 arcane through. So I've spoken too long about Looming Doom, but I got a few more sentences. My use case for Looming Doom is actually in the Dromai matchup, because this thing can like ping dragons. It pings a ton of dragons out. So, one of the biggest problems with OTK Viserai into trying to play it in any meta is the dragons. So you can take out, I believe, Dromai, I believe like Kyloria, Asvali, maybe not Asvali, I can't remember. Ashwings, you can just take those out like 1 by 1 each turn. So I think a strategy into Dromai might be like trying to just like build like 10-12 rune chants like quickly, maybe even just like 8 would do, and then play Looming Doom, and then it'll just be there to kind of help mitigate damage while you're trying to use other methods to build your rune chants up, and potentially like popping dragons at the same time. All right. So, yeah. Plus they're blue 3 blocks. And we need them for the Sonata Fantasmia. Vexing Malice, another way to deal 2 damage with like 1 resource and 1 card. So Tunic, Vexing Malice can be a win con potentially. So I like these as attacks in the deck. Tome of the Arknight would be great, except that it blocks for 2. I don't love it. I would put it in. Let's just see where we're at. 71 cards. Okay. It's funny looking at some of these cards, like blue Runeblight Incantation. Why would anyone ever play this card? So thankfully LSS is kind of like, oh, every card doesn't need to have a full cycle anymore. They've been printing cards just like the lace cards for Rangers and just red and stuff like that. So I think if they had that philosophy back in the day, there would be no blue Runeblight Incantation. That's silly, man. It's funny. I mean, maybe if it was a 3 block, that's all I gotta say. All right, blue Spellblade Assault. This card is great if you have it turn 0 or your first turn with the Mordred Tide. You can Mordred Tide into Spellblade Assault, and you got yourself 5 rune chance. So yeah, this definitely has to go in. And if you're along the same line of reasoning, then probably the blue Deathly Duet could serve the same function. Oath of the Arknight makes a rune chant. We're putting it in. 77 here. Let me just check the ratios real quick. 36 non-attacks, 21 attacks, 24 blues. I think in this deck you probably want to have closer to 30 blues. I might be wrong. So, that reminds me. There's some other tech cards I wanted to put in here. Well, one I still wanted to consider Sink Below. But yeah, when we're talking about blues, that's silly. So new blue defense reaction that usually blocks for 2, but in some cases blocks for 5. Let's hold the line here. If the attacking hero has drawn 2 or more cards this turn, prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to your hero this turn. It's pretty darn good. Especially if Lexi's around. So right now, hold the line has potential, but you know, honestly, this has potential against Fi also, which is going to be your worst matchup. Let's put it in the sideboard, because Art of War will trigger this hold the line. So that's what I would consider. And then check these stats again. Hold up. Oh, I just put it in the sideboard. That's right. Okay. I think that all you got. Is that all you got? Nope. That all. Yeah. That all you got also could be great, because you can block it to attack. So ninjas are problems for this deck. I'll just throw it out there. Even Katsu, just because there's so much chip damage. It's like we want to block with like 3 cards with this deck. But if they're coming in for like 5 attacks, that's more than 3 cards, right? This can help you like get an additional card back into your hand at the end. Read the runes would be ideal. So, yeah, let's throw it. Just put it in the sideboard for 1 minute. The other cards that are good. This round's on me. Well, this card doesn't actively create rune chants for you, but you can play it first and then play a Runeblade card to generate a rune chant. And it also has a pretty good defensive purpose of reducing your opponent's attacks by 1 the following turn. So I think actually this card just stays in the deck always. Alright, that's it. Tome of the Arcanite. Yeah, you're not making the cut. Decent amount of blues. Okay. Question is, do we play Fate Foreseen or Unmovables? I don't know, man. I don't know. Now I'm trying to see if there's any extra space. I don't think the Tiara is good, to be honest with you. I think you're better off just having AB. That does bring in a good point, though. What's probably better is Oasis Respite. Because another problem with this deck that wants a block is, say you're playing Bravo, and Bravo just keeps hitting Dominate. You kind of need some ways to get around Dominate. So. And then Oasis is also good versus the Wizards, which are problematic. So we're going to take out the Scepter of Pain for now. But, you know, that could perhaps come back in. 87 cards. See, now we just got to trim cards. Yeah, I think that's when my beloved Arcanite Ascendancy comes out. As well as Rattle Bones, most likely. I wonder how many cards we're trying to play into most matchups. Is it going to be just 60? Or maybe versus the Guardians we play more. That'll be something to kind of tinker with. I'll leave in 1 Rattle Bones just in case. And we'll see how that works. 3 cards. I don't really want to cut the crown. Hold the line while good. It really has to line up. I've found that. So, and I actually have been testing this in aggressive Viserai. And usually it was like 1 or 2 was good. So let's remove at least 1 of these. I'm going to remove 2. And then 1, I'll throw in 1 to just like surprise some ninjas with. Diabolic, a red 2 block, man. I think everyone, why couldn't this be a 3 block at least? Come on, Warmongers, you know, Warmongers is a blue 3 block and it's pretty powerful, right? So, just cut 1. Let's cut 1 of these Diabolics. Because I think this one also could kind of clunk up your hands, and it's a red. So it's not going to pitch well in that matchup either. So let's just play 2 and then hope for the best. Yeah, I think we got a deck here. It might play like trash. We'll find out. I wonder if this card is like supported by Talishar right now. We should ask Nate. Yeah, we should ask Nate. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take like a 3 or 4 minute break, and I'm gonna put you guys on standby, and then I'm gonna go in and try and play some Talishar games with this deck. Now, if the Phantasmia isn't operational on Talishar yet, which I really doubt it is, then we'll just kind of play some games with the OTK build, and then some of the problems with it will be highlighted, even if this card is not around. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks. Alright guys, I'm back. Can you hear me? Alright, so I texted in the Talishar Discord. I don't think the Sonata is like playable currently. So let's just mess around with the OTK build just a little bit. Let's throw in another blue block 3. It's going to be really fun to play with that card though. We'll revisit it as soon as Bright Lights comes out. Kind of wish Bloodspill Invocation was a 3 block as well. Nope. Okay, I think Sift is the only other one that we sometimes play as a blue 3 block. So we'll throw it in just as a placeholder. Cool. Copy. All right, we're in. Let's do it. And we'll put this in full screen ASAP. Oh. We've got somebody named Iraq. I'm guessing Arachne playing Riptide. This got to be Andrew, right? Awesome, yeah. All right. Andrew also has been messing around with OTK Vis. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, he's local here as well, so let's tell him he's on stream. All right. All right. From one janky hero to another. Remorseless. Okay, pretty good. For 8. Let's see. We got 1 moment. Well, the good thing is we need to pay resources into two of these things here. So, okay. Oh my God. No, he didn't. That's bad for me. Can't play any resources. Any reactions. Yeah, I guess the question is, do we block with armor? No. Wait, let me read this. Can't be played from Arsenal. Okay, I'm good. Man, for a second I was like, no. Alright, cool. Cool. Well, we'll get a rune chain out of it. I like it. Okay. Yeah, let's play Sift. To get that non-attack. You know, we could become the Arc Knight. Discard. Let's see. It does have AB. Yeah, I think we play this Spellblade Assault. No. Okay, we'll just play. We'll play an Oath here. It'll make 2 rune chance for us. Let's Arsenal this. Okay. Scar. Okay. Here's the thing. They're all reds. I don't think we use armor until there's a non-hit effect, which there will be eventually. There's never going to be a 2 attack, though. I'll tell you that much. CNC. We don't care a ton about this Oath of the Arc Knight. If we lose it, I can become the Arc Knight, Mordred Tide, read the runes. That's definitely the play. Alright, we'll take it. Become the Arc Knight. Discard Dread Triptych. Mordred Tide. Play Mordred Tide. Make 1 rune chant. Yeah. Alright. What's up, Bodingle? You made it. Play Read the Runes. Yeah, we got 10 rune chants. It's not a bad start. Okay, if he gets lower, he's got Skullcap. Oh, another Skullcap lover. You love to see it. Yeah, Bodingle. I don't know if you saw. What's the trick here? What's the trick here? Let's go ahead and... I think block with Skullcap here. Oh, yes. Just one attack? Come on. Come on, Andrew. Alright, I hope this is not Talishar bugging on me. Yeah, it was. It's okay. Yeah, Bodingles. I don't know if you saw, but I basically just built this deck. I don't think Sonata Fantasmia is legal yet, so they don't have it in Talishar, but we've got another blue black 3 in there, so we're gonna play some games, see if this see if OTK has a place in any meta. Okay, I mean, we got 13 chance right now. That's not bad. If he's got another Remorseless, I'm going to be upset. Okay. We don't want to see our 9th blade yet. We need that later. So we're going to sink it out of the way. Okay, yeah, here we go. The question is, what is the arrow, my man? We're definitely getting the reds out of the deck. Okay, we can use the incantation. So we're going to try and get away. Hopefully it's blocking 7 here, but if he plays another pump, might be in trouble. My man's got 2 traps right now. Not like this. So I guess there's a question of like, do you need the Reclamation in the deck if you're not facing off against Dromai? It's interesting against Riptide. You can like, you're giving them lots of time to set up like big hands. You know, I totally, oh no, that's a reduce now. But Riptide, like if he's interlacing the traps, sometimes it's difficult for them to have big hands. Huzzah! Joke's on you, Andrew. I got another reduce here. At least we can play one Sonata today. He took the damage. There's definitely an argument for playing the crown, like to get card efficiency there. So you arsenal the vexing and then crown it out. But I think if you're playing for a longer game, it makes sense to play the skull cap here. Okay. Okay. I don't think I want to let him play it. Oh, wait a second. Is he going to like razor reflex this or something? Sorry. Man, I think if this comes down to fatigue, I'm the one that gets fatigued. Looking at the count. Halfway through the deck, though, maybe? I mean, close to it. Yeah, Riptide hits with all those, yeah, that's true. Okay, this is where the tunic is nice because we can play the incantation off of it. We're okay to lose one 9th blade. Bodingles, man. I know. Tunic here. He's talking to me about playing the tunic for Vincent. Because there's some attacks that you can... Well, there's a lot of stuff you can just use the tunic counter for. If you got it. So here our ideal hand. If we can just block 8 and then play the Sift, not discard anything into the Sonata, at least we can okay. At least we can make one rune chant off of it. So probably not. We're probably gonna have to block with the Sift. And then we could arsenal the Sonata. It's a 0 cost, so we can always play it out later. We're really going to stretch this out until, like, we have no cards left in deck. Oh, it's my turn? I get to play some cards? What? Okay, let's try to play Sift, get rid of the sink below here. I know, right? 2 jank heroes, man. Although, but this is Bodingle's first love, right? Riptide. Okay. Alright, watch this. Sonata's gonna hit. Watch, it's gonna hit. It didn't hit. At least we made a rune chant. Let's arsenal this, because then we can like tunic this round's on me. I just don't like playing it out now because it doesn't make a rune chant for us. So slap it in arsenal. Yeah, so if we keep a blue on... I'll see what he comes with. I know he's got some aggression, so... We're just going to block this one. Dang, man. You think this is all he's got? Whoops, I didn't mean to pass. I couldn't see the blocks on that. It's alright. We'll take it this time. What else does he have? You think he's got a Razor Reflex here? It doesn't really matter. He doesn't have... If he plays it, he won't have another arrow, so this is probably it. Did I block the 1 damage here? Hold on. Okay. The other funny thing about Looming Doom is like... Hold on, I'll show you. I need to count the rune chance, but... Alright, so he's burning my armor. The funny thing is, like, if you play it with 20 rune chants, you have 20 counters on the Looming Doom, and you never get to... you never get to see all that arcane damage get dealt. We're able to make 2 rune chants there. One from Oath, one from the Viserai trigger, and then it's going to be 3 over the course of the next couple turns. Of course, I'm going to take the Blood Rot Pox damage. Okay, Arcanite Shard might bite us here. We'll see. Oh, it's definitely going to bite us here. Yeah, this is pretty good because he can just pay to load Death Dealer for another one. He's going to get a Ponder token. We don't want to give him the reload and then a Death Dealer, though. We've only played 1 Read the Runes so far. 2, sorry. I'd really love to have Mordred tied in to Read the Runes. I'm just seeing if it's like worth playing Become the Arcanite. We could double this rounds on me. That would be freaking awesome. With the Arcanite Shard, we say we just take some damage, guys. What's he gonna do? Oh, you son of a... Alright. Alright, alright. So we're kind of getting down to like a threshold where we gotta be careful. At least we get 1 rune chant from pitching the Arcanite Shard. What are we gonna draw into? That would be pretty sick if we drew into... Oh. Let's just pay our 2 into Sonata, see what happens. We'll get 1 rune chant here. That's not bad. Get some... But I'll tell you what, though, giving this aggressive build of Riptide, a 6-card hand is usually bad, but he pitched a frail. Yeah, I mean, not gonna get any value out of that unless you need the pitch, which tells me he doesn't need the pitch. So it's probably about time for us to arsenal the Ninth Blade. I'm gonna just check 1, 2 Command and Conquers. I forgot Command and Conquer. Command and Conquer is always gonna be an issue if you're trying to play the Sonata Fantasmia. We blocked with one of our Ninth Blades. There's one more in the deck. There's got to be playing Codex of Frailty, right? I think I'll take this 3. Oh, you son of a bitch. I think we actually just pass here. Arsenal reduce. Next turn, what we want to do is Tunic, Incantation, Arsenal, Ninth Blade. So we definitely have to block this Seek and Destroy, though. This is just active for this attack, right? Okay. Razor? No. Oh, you did not do that. Okay, we're gonna have to burn this one too. Yeah, I think it's really going to come down to that last Ninth Blade. Well, if you can see anything, it's that this takes a lot of patience to play this, because you just like are sitting around watching your life totals like tick down. And that's like another thing is the later in the game it gets when you see your Mordred Tide, like the kind of worse it is there. I wonder if you. Oh, messing. Looks like Talishar bug. Yeah. Sometimes if you type in the chat, it resolves it, which is pretty good. But I figured he had that. Yeah, go ahead. I don't want your blood rot pox, man. Dude, what if he collapsing? Oh no, okay, that's not what. I was thinking Buzzsaw Trap, but Buzzsaw Trap doesn't affect the Ninth Blade because the Ninth Blade's base attack is 9. I think we just pass here. Put the Mordred in Arsenal. These are all kind of blocking cards here. But soon I'm gonna have to like stop. Alright, you can have a Ponder, man. Pretty good. Let's just check the razor reflex count here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, could be a razor. We'll know if it's a razor reflex if he uses the trench at the beginning of next turn. Yeah, nothing here. We really need this 9th blade. All right, let's give ourselves a second to think here. Well, we got like 9 block. Problem is we're gonna have to go. Can I move this? Isn't there a button? Yes, thank you. All right. Honestly, it's time to send the 9th blade, but could I squeak out a couple more turns? I think I could potentially get a few more turns out of this if I keep the 9th blade and I don't die. See, it's like it's too early to send it because I'm gonna have 33 rune chance and 9th blade, so that's 42 damage. And I mean, I don't, who knows if he's gonna have blues, but he can block 3 here. It's 39, and then his hand, so it's not quite enough, man. Need a couple more turns. All right, it's official. Let's take this 4. This is just damage, right? This is the worst possible turn for an inertia for me. Because we want to put the 9th blade in. Dang, he's got a lot of resources. It's only for 3. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to count on another way. We're not going to be able to send the 9th blade in time. We might be able to get back around to it. I'm not really sure. Well, let's put this first. So if we were at 35 and we sent the 9th blade, that would be 44 damage. Again, not quite lethal. Premeditate, such a good card. Ravenous, also a good card. Oh, fuck, for 9? All right. We can't take it, so... If he hits me with a Razor Reflex here... Nah, he's got one more in the deck somewhere. That was a good turn. No way he breaks either. Okay, he gave me the 9th blade back. That's fantastic for me. With the Codex of Frail, I gotta send it. I think this has got to be the Razor Reflex. 1, 2, yep. Vexing, 2 vexing. 1, 2. There's another vexing in the deck. That's pretty good for us. Alright guys, the moment has come. It's time to send it. There we go. The nice thing about the 9th blade is they don't, I mean, everything blocks 3. It's like even if they have blues or whatever, like however they utilize it, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're coming in with like a 4 attack, they can get better use out of like pitching the blues and then still block with the reds. But here it's like you gotta take the whole hand. So I bet he's got. You think he's got a D react? Oh, he sank below me there. That's great. Okay. So, all right, here we are, man. This is pretty dang close. So this is what I was talking about before, like, you need some ways to close out the game. So we need to find a way to do 2 arcane. It's not going to be easy. Let's see, and here's where the rattle bones comes in too. I kind of wish I had read Vexing Malice in here, to be honest. I wish it blocked with the trench. That would be great. I think ultimately we just got to do this. Rattlebones. Because this is guaranteed. But he can just block with the skull cap. And then he just pitches 1. I might be in trouble, guys. At least we create a rune chant off of that. Oh, the other bad thing is, like, with Riptide, I can get killed by trap damage. Damn it, he's got the skull cap. Forgot about that as well. I'm so dead. The secret is going down to 1. Can I go down to 1? No way it's got a pummel, right? Oh, the Arcanite shard. This is like biting me in the butt right now. Well, here's what we can do. What if he had a pummel right now? How good would that be? We'll try and make it awkward for him at least. I should have saved that rattle bones now, but I needed to threaten him with something that turn. So, see, Jason, I totally justified my $1,200 trade. Oh, he got me with the trap, didn't he? Oh no, he just didn't block. Hold on. No, hold on. Andrew's got something for me. I'm sure it's trap. It's got to. If it's double trap. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, you got something, right? I'm just gonna remind him. Oh no, I see. There we go. Okay. Well, he's still got AB2. Let me undo this. Hold on, let's... You know, I can actually win this game right here. Watch this. So I blocked for 4, going down to 1. Swing Dread Scythe. He's got no AB left, man. It's kind of crazy. So Dread Scythe for the win, I guess. Alright, let me tell Andrew bye and we'll move on to the next one. Let's go back. All right, let me grab the deck again. That's just a glitch there. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's how you do it, if you can do it, but it doesn't quite highlight how you get ripped in a severe, like, aggro matchup. I should actually see if Bodingles is available to just like really rip me a new one with Dromai. So let me check while we're sitting around here. Nobody taking the bite right now. Well, I appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Watch me just like queue up for a competitive match and what? Another Riptide? All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, we'll just run the same list here. No way he's running Skullcap. We're gonna get these chunks at 2. Let's see how aggressive it is. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I chose too many cards, I see. Okay. Well, this could be worse. I drew another Vexing Malice? Oh my gosh. Let's see if he can use his hand. Usually you're supposed to like strip one card before. Oh god, here we go. Why did he burn 2 pre-meds? I think we're gonna take all this damage. Well, except for this much. Plenty of ponders, man. He does have the AB, okay. Yeah, okay. He's not getting as lucky as Andrew was. Redliner is an interesting choice. If you have no cards in your arsenal, put an arrow. Oh my gosh. Ending his turn. What? Sure. Okay, we got a bunch of D reacts, so. Once per turn action. Cost 0. If you have no cards, put an arrow face up in an arsenal. Cool. Okay. This is going to clog my arsenal up. This is definitely... Ah, man, he got me with that one. And it's Runic Wreck. Okay, guess we're playing with no arsenal all game. Wait, is it my turn right now? Cool. Oh, no. Sorry. My man. Hold on. Sometimes when you go full screen, you can't see the prompts. In this case, yeah. Well, at least we'll make some rune chants. We'll do a little sync below. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Andrew, if you're watching, you got me pretty good with that Codex of Inertia. Because I needed that ninth blade in Arsenal. Classic here. Let's give it to him. Oh, it's another one. Oh my god, I got punished. I got punished so hard. Yeah, this is pretty bad when you just like totally get ripped by an aggressive hand. Okay. This is perfect. On Mordred Tide, playing all this out, you see how quickly we got to 32? Like, really accelerated that plan. Hold on a second. I think I need to get rid of this Arcanite shard, though. Maybe we can keep it? Is this or... Nah, okay, it's got nothing for this. Does Runic Reckoning help get the 6 chance off Phantasma? Not sure what you mean, man. Like, it would be nice in the hand following Phantasma because, yeah, you could just play it right into Arcanite Ascendancy, probably. So we're going to have 35 rune chance. Pretty good. Problem is this card is not the card we want. I think I need to hold out. Uh-oh. Codex? Oh no, Redliner. Interesting. Sure. I would like to keep this incantation. I'm not sure how many turns I've got left, though. Yes, not a double lace, please. Okay. Oh, Sigil. Oh? But it's an infecting shot, so fuck. Let's just stall. Yeah, let's just stall. Maybe I can use the rattle bones. Hey, yeah, Andrew, that was pretty funny. He gave me he gave me the 9th blade back. Pretty good. And then can't load, right? So now I kind of wish I had a buff into this Arcanite Ascendancy. Okay. 2 ninth blades, yeah. Gotta be popping up here soon, but I'm not really making too many rune chants right now. Okay. What you got here? Oh, he's thinking about what to get right now. It's probably Enlightened Strike. Yep. Because he wants go again, then load bow. It's going to be for 4, though. Okay, maybe not 4. I'll take 1 damage, huh? Oh, I didn't mean to take that damage. Oh. Well, we're filtering through the deck here. Oh, not another sigil, man. Okay. Funny thing is, this is kind of like counters his sigil. Okay, it's got to be the next turn. No go again. Yeah, we gotta do it here. Razor? Alright, let's give it a shot. Sending it for 9 and 45. Total of 54 damage. What's he got? Okay. What else? Okay. I'll take 2. Okay. Let's put the pressure on him. Guess I keep one card. Cost 0 to load. That's pretty good. Yep. Okay. Oath. Into Dread Scythe. This is actually 6 arcane and 4 physical. Holy crap, man. Dread Scythe does it again. I don't know if you guys are still watching. Alright. Let's go back to the main menu. Alright, I'm gonna get an example here of why this deck is not good in the competitive meta. Let me try and get my buddy Bodingles in here. Alright, let's do it. Do I want to go first or second? I think we want... They're going to play Times... He's going to play Timescapers. Do I go first or second here? Let's see. Andrew, I agree. Bequest would have been so good if it was for non-attacks as well. Yeah. Am I going to play AB? Yeah, funny thing is I got to play AB. Well, at least we got the Looming Dooms. Actually, I can play the Diabolic Ultimatum here. Let's play him and see. That'll be funny. Cool. Let's give it a shot. telling Brandon, I'm like, there's no way I win this. Jason, you must have missed. You must have missed the part where I messaged the Talishar creator, and he said that the Fantasmia is not programmed into Talishar yet, so we kind of gotta wait for that. Sorry, brother. I baited you. Baited. All right. Yeah, I think, Andrew, I think they left. I think they actually just perma banned the Skeleton because Sonata Fantasmia was in the works. But yeah, I told Brandon I needed 2-0. It's by accident, man. I need to show why this deck is bad for real. No, I'll tell you what, Arcanite Ascendancy could actually be good here. I'm just gonna slam it into a dragon and make 5 rune chance. So there's gonna be like no opportunity cost. It's gonna be great. You'll see. It'll be great, they said. See, I can't. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Okay, thank you. This is another reason why passing Mirage is a problem. So the poppers aren't even that great in the deck. Do we risk it with the Sonata into the incantation, or do we just play incantation? We just play incantation. That's all. Yeah, that's problematic. That's really problematic. This is so good. It's even bad value, so... Alright, so defending with the Spellbound Creepers and then pitching into it. I've got a joke with Bodingles. It's every Runeblade line starts with Spellbound Creepers because I love this card so much. Yeah, we'll take the Chromite hit. Not another Kyloria, for real. Alright. So much value. This actually is at least a good, like, use case for Arcanite Ascendancy. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, this is why I actually quit testing OTK Viserai. It's because of Dromai. Oh my gosh, Brandon, no. You don't take all this damage, though. That's silly. It might not matter, but we really need... Now we really need a Looming Doom out in here. He's gonna take my reduced rune champ. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I think that's what he's gonna take. No, that's a mistake, Brandon. You gotta take my blocking card, dude. Do we lose Tunic already? Sad to say, I think we do. I think we give it up, and then we swing Dread Scythe at the Passing Mirage. Oh god, it's so bad. Alright. This must be so fun for him, though, because, like, you get all these fun dragons on the board. It's gonna be so fun. Let's see how much life they have. 2, 2, 4, 4. Okay. What do you take? That all you got? Okay. No. Oh, thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Good games last weekend. Definitely got me, dude. You got me. Again with the dominate and all the crushes. Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, needed need somebody to prove to me this this deck was not good in the meta. Let's see. I think my best option here is to go get a... Actually, what would you guys do? That's true, Kyle. I think I go get a Dread Triptych here. But the question is, like, what do you kill? Do you kill Dominia or do you kill Mirror Guy? And I think... Yeah, you gotta kill Dominia first. Okay, it's clear. And then the first attack's gonna hit, and then hopefully I pull a popper to pop whatever comes next. Alright. And it's definitely gonna hit, so we're gonna make some... Yeah, we'll make some rune chants. 4 rune chants. That's not bad. I'll take it. And like I said... Yeah, this is fine. We'll make more rune chants here. But he's got the Dromai. He's gonna play it smart, yeah. And then probably kill me. Nice, okay. Let's do a rematch. If he's down. Yeah, I think we always want to go second, though. Yeah, Andrew, as you saw, you were correct. We did. I do think that, like, if there's any use case for Looming Doom, then it's in this matchup, so. I got it that first. Man, it just escalates so quickly. I think the armor options stay the same always. I'm going to play these just in case, but it didn't really seem to matter that much. I don't think I think the yellow... I think maybe the... there's no way these diabolic ultimatums like do anything in time. Yeah, it does ping dragons, man. I hope he doesn't attack me here. This is actually really good. Sonata. Let's pay into it. Hopefully we pull an attack action. Perfect. Watch this, man. Okay. Discard the Amplify the Arcanite. Grab a Looming Doom. Play Read the Runes. Arsenal Looming Doom. Next turn we play Mordred Tide into Looming Doom. And it's going to have a questionable amount of counters on it. We killed a dragon. All right. Totally worth. Totally worth. Sure. Okay. I did mean to play Tunic, though. And we just send the Arcane at Dromai. Okay, just clean damage. Okay. This is actually going exceptionally well right now. Like compared to that last game where I just got ripped. Mordred Tide into the Arknight Ascendancy into Mirror Guy is pretty good. I actually make 8 rune chance off of that. Suck it, Trebek. What about double limbing do? See what we got here. Okay. I just feel like this is like a CNC or something. Yep. You know what? What would we block with that turn? I think we... You know what? Let's go back. For science, okay? That's fine, we take it. Okay, now this is cool. Because now we can double ping for Health Dragon. Oh, but we have no rune chance right now. That's right. Okay. Probably should have pitched the blue. It's okay. Let this go. Sure. That's probably not the right play. Okay. Well, at least he got rid of that. Sure. We're going vexing. Meme to me. I did put it in. Sorry, I'm like leaning forward in my seat, like really focusing on this match right now. So I'm like, if this is actually really fascinating because it's like, if there's any way to beat Dromai, like this is gonna be it with the Looming Dooms and the Poppers, man. It's the only way. Okay. Oh, this is bad when you have Looming Doom out. Oh, I can have... Okay, okay, cool. Alright. Do I have any 2 costs? I do. I have Spellblade Assault, huh? Okay. I guess we just keep pinging these. Come on, man. Hey, we gotta threaten something here, right? He's still got the passing Mirage out. Okay. Nice. Of course. Of course. Is it possible? Can we win this game? Don't know. I doubt it. Taking this for it, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Tempting to play this Blessing of the Occult, but I don't think so. How many poppers we got left here? Let's see, we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's no poppers left in the deck, so passing Mirage really does not matter. Dang, that's going to be coming in for 3 each turn. We're so dead. I'm just going to load up the board here, huh? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is not good either. Alright, we'll take 2 here. What else does he have? So I want to make sure all the Ashwings don't feel left out because their other friends are attacking. Okay, well, what we got left here? Non-attack? Yeah. We're so dead. Yeah, this is... It's over. I don't know if you're still there. Are you, any thoughts on this one? I just do not know. Oh man, I had to pitch for that too. Think I can make it there. Got close, but it kind of got out of hand just there. Boink. That's it, man. Good game. Yeah. Yeah, so he's asking me, why didn't you kill Passing Mirage earlier? I was like, actually, I was out of poppers. That's when we looked through the graveyard on that one. Okay, 1 second. All right, cool. All right. Cool deal. All right, guys. So looking back on this, yeah, Dromai is just so tough. Yeah. Thanks, Bodingles. Appreciate you playing with me here. Just trying to think if there's anything else you could do against Dromai. Bodingles was playing pretty aggressively, like just taking all the arcane chunks, taking all the hits just to build the board state. That's the correct way to play the game against this type of build of Viserai. So, I mean, with that in mind, it's like maybe you catch some Dromai players off guard if they, I don't know, aren't sacrificing life to build the board state, but then maybe you just get fatigued. So, like, I'm taking a look at this list, and I think, like, that's a problem. Hold on a second. Let me think about this. Is there any world where you have enough sideboard space to, play Mavrian Skies and go aggressive on that? Because that's usually the way you win this fight. And if you did that, the resource curve would be off if you played Dread Scythe. So you'd have to play Reaping Blade, which is still the 3 physical. But it's just a 1 cost, so I probably did make a mistake by playing Tunic, but honestly, during that game, I don't think it affected things that much. Maybe there was 1 or 2 hands where I could have played, like, 1 more card. But, yeah. So, let's see. Taking a quick look at it, Oath of the Arknight was kind of relevant in that Riptide game, where I gave the Dread Scythe like +1, made the Rune Chant, finish it out. That was pretty good. This round's on me just feels like you're delaying the inevitable there. Like, I got myself a few more turns in this Dromai matchup, this last game, but didn't really help me win the game. So, like, these cards here, I think, versus Dromai are kind of so-so, because you just get overwhelmed so quickly. The chances I did have to pitch to the Diabolic Ultimatum, like, he had Ash Wings out on the board, so yeah, you definitely never have a chance to, like, build up your rune chance in this matchup. You always have to be attacking something. So, one card comes to mind. It's like, and you could, honestly, we could think more about this this build, but I think right now it would be silly to kind of make too many changes. Like versus Dromai, I think one of the things you look at is the Aether Slash. This card is if a non-attack is pitched, deal 1 arcane damage to any target. So that kind of helps you like take care of like a reasonably sized dragon, but then also ping an Ashwing at the same time. So maybe you consider some cards like this. Actually might be more effective than trying to play Diabolic Ultimatum and pitching so that they have to. Yeah, but this card is in there for like Icelander, so yeah, I don't think it's worth like tweaking too much, but if there's any takeaways, I think I played the games that I did play like to the best of my ability, like with this list. So I mean, you can kind of see where the strategy, like how many rune chants you have to build up, and then how you have to send it, like what cards you need to prioritize. You have to be really efficient with your blocks. Really use the tune encounter well if you have it in. I hope I showed you that Looming Doom can have some use cases. It's a really fun card. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching it back, thank you very much for seeking out the channel. If you could hit the like and subscribe, I'll be back for more soon. All right, thanks guys.